This is to Huey because even though he was and what happened to him again, but he was a warrior. He was always a warrior. He was part of our community, so this is dedicated to him. Huey, a letter to Huey. Your death was not a surprise. It was made very clear. Your death was not a surprise. It was made very clear. They wanted you to die like that. Couldn't you read the signs? No more pharaohs, no more hand-to-hand combat, no more settling disputes with the quickness and cleverness of our words. Who, where, what, when. 2x4s in the hands of calloused anger and glorified pain. The music has become the beginning of the end. It has become coarse. It has become hard. Community swept up in the bloodletting and wrath of fortune and fame. Terror and death lying dormant in the face of overwhelming stress, overwhelming disease, overwhelming victim worship. Remember our time, Huey? Back in the day, the communities we lived in. We were not middle class, but we were working with class. We were not technically advanced, but we were advancing. Remember the stick horses with the beer cans for horseshoes? Company climb, throughout the neighborhood, throughout the city, throughout our dreams. We could be sheriffs. We could be desperados. We could be men in white hats, black hats. And when all the games and fantasies were over, we all realized we could just be ourselves. Yeah, we had games of fun, games of imagination, games of courage and daring, games of reaching out and sharing with one another. Remember the homemade go-karts? Somebody had to push, somebody had to drive. But back then, we knew how to take turns. Back then, we knew how to work with one another. It didn't matter who was pushing or driving. The only thing that mattered then was that we kept moving forward together. Remember the cardboard houses we used to build for all the girls to come in and play mommy and daddy with us, to introduce us to their feminine wives? We did not know any Hollywood starlets, no Marilyn Monroes, no Lana Turners, no Rita Hayworths. Our minds, our whole beings were intensely focused on the magnetic presence, effervescent smiles, and the magnificent and divine physical structures of the Patricia Hunts, the Jeannie Collins, the Tweety Browns, the Jackie Nurses, the Brenda and Debbie Sullivans, the Gail Arnolds, the Earlene Murphys, the Sandra Thompsons, the Millender sisters, Lord have mercy, the Mary Campbells, the Diane Francis, the Lucinda Mendozas, and the Jackie Cornettes. They were our inspiration. They were our music. They were our songs of the future. They made us want to dance on the edge of wire fences, on the edge of the canal, on the edge of our souls, on the edge of forever. There were fathers in our homes back then. Remember them chasing white men of our communities who came looking for some of that good old black stuff? These are our daughters. These are our wives. These are our mothers. Get out of here now. Bricks, bottles, bats, and tire irons became heat-seeking missiles hot on the tail of the intruder who was invading sacred and family space. These were our fathers. These were our fathers. They may not have been perfect. They may not have been all that loving and accessible, but they were there. And they were there to protect us as much as possible. They were there to discipline us and to remind us of our place as children. They were there to show us how to be considerate and respectful of human life. That's what made you throw down against those racist cops in Oakland. And that's what made me stand in the face of the Ohio National Guard and taunt and harass and provoke and dare them to deny me the right to protect my community, to cherish my community, to affirm my community. That's why you became a Black Panther. And that's why I became a last sport. Because we loved our communities, Huey. Because we loved our communities, Huey. Because we loved our communities, Huey. We knew their possibilities and their limitations. We knew their strengths and their weaknesses. We knew their beauty and their ugliness. And we were tired of seeing them get beat up and beat down, humiliated, abused, and oppressed. They were never able to dirty or sully your name with me, partner. They can never distort or derange your character in my presence. You had your demons, Huey. We all did. That was part of the struggle. But nobody can deny how you made a whole lot of men stand up and face down those demons, theirs and ours, and so from the innermost resources of my heart, I thank you, comrade. I thank you, soldier. I thank you, warrior. I thank you, brother. I thank you, son. I thank you, baby boy. I thank you, player. I thank you, Crying. And from all of us, from the old community, we thank you, neighbor.